Welcome back, my friends, to more Lord of the Rings Online. There are a ton of quest rings here up on my mini-map, so we're going to be very busy. Let me start talking with some of these fine gentlemen. Elfhelm.
Eomer King has given me command of the main force of the Rohirrim.
Some 3,000 still a horse. It is to the west road that we will go to hold it against the enemy that is still in Anorian. And Eomer.
Rohan will not abandon her friends.
Much has been asked of my men already, but Rohan will not abandon her friends. Many among the Rohirrim were unhorsed during the battle lately ended, but they are still war-worthy, and I will not let that stay their weapons. 500 of these will follow behind, and I will lead 500 on horse alongside.
This must be the greatest jest in all the history of Gondor.
My Swan Knights have scoured the nearby lands of Gondor for fighting men. They report that 3,500 will march on Mordor with Aragorn. It is a fine as total as any which you might hope for, and proves the courage of Gondor, so fresh from battle and still hungry for more. But this must be the greatest jest in all of history of Gondor, Kippen. We march to assail the Black Gate in the impenetrable land of Mordor with fewer men than might have formed just the vanguard of its army in the mighty days. It brings to my mind a child threatening a mail-clad knight with a toy bow or a buzzing fly seeking to sting a man working in the hot sun. The Dark Lord will smile and knock down the child, or squish the fly in his palm, and that will be the end of it. What else is there to do but laugh at the jest, Kippen?
Ealfhelm wishes to speak with you.
Kippen, Elfhelm has come to me. He said that he wishes to speak with you. It was peculiar, as usually he speaks with great detail. Well, I do not know what it is that Elfhelm seeks you for. It did sound urgent. You should speak with him as soon as you are able. He did tell me one thing. He wants to meet you at the old guest house in Minas Tirith. I still cannot believe that Forlong and Hirluin are both dead. These are hard times for Gondor.
I think Imrahil has wrongly judged the mind of the Dark Lord.
The Prince of Dol Amroth believes that Aragorn's army will still be as a stinging fly to the forces of the Dark Lord. He is not wrong that these 7,000 men are a mere pittance to the numbers of Sauron houses within the Black Land. But it seems to me that Imrahil has wrongly justified the mind of the Dark Lord. Yes, we go to sting the Dark Lord, but he will not squish us for all our buzzing. No, he will seek to trap the fly and take the sting, all unaware of our deception. On that deception, all of our fortunes rest. It is the secret fly that bears the most dangerous sting of all for Sauron, and let him remain blind to it until it be too late.
Our secrecy was born of necessity, but now it must end.
We have moved in secrecy ever since I came to know you, Kippen. It was a secrecy born out of necessity, for we needed every advantage we might attain in our struggle against the Dark Lord. Whispered councils have given rise to hidden errands and close-guarded conspiracies. But no longer. While Frodo continues his quest in the shadows, Aragorn strides into the light, and he must draw Sauron's gaze to him and away from the real purpose, with every means at his disposal. Let the departure of Aragorn's army be a loud one and snare the attention of the Dark Lord. Wars are fought with weapon, but this battle for Sauron's eye will be fought with noise and tumult, with musical instruments and those who wield it. Walk to Pelennor and find men who wield the trumpets of silver and brass. They will announce the coming of the king as loudly and as often as they can, and perhaps this loud departure will serve as a shield for Frodo and Sam as they walk in the Black Land. After you gather 4 trumpeteers, travel to the western gate of Osgiliath, and Aragorn's army will begin its march. I will see you on the eastern gate of the city after the army is on the march. Okay. Man, I hate when the music doesn't start up. For whatever reason, that happens every once in a while. Sometimes kind of resetting it here on the panel fixes it, but sometimes not. Okay. Whatever.
The enemies of men approach. I hope you are prepared.
Thank you again for your assistance. I see everyone here preparing for a march to the east. I want to join them on this journey and help where I can.
This trumpet belonged to my friend Araneth.
You seek trumpeteers to proclaim the presence of Aragorn now that he has revealed his true claim? I'm not as practiced as some of the others in Gondor, for I have only lately begun to learn the skill, but I would be honored to use my meager ability to announce the arrival of my chief and lord. My friend Araneth bore this trumpet on his person when he was slain in Tur Morva. I picked it up to save it from the hands of the treacherous men, and thought that I might teach myself its use as a means of remembering poor Araneth. I will use it to proclaim the coming of King Elisar, and it will remind me of the friends that gave their lives so this day might happen.
Is this your first time in Minas Tirith? Shame you couldn't see it in better days.
I thought I was done for out there. I could only think about how I had to let go of my family. Now I have been given another chance. I will follow Aragorn to the Black Land. Let Gondor take the offensive against the Mordor foes. Alright, so now I need to go to Ingold. He's also up here. Surely it does not surprise you that I stood at my post until the very last when you came for me. This great city I cherish and would defend with my life. It will be hard to leave it behind if I march with you. I will do as Aragorn commands, though.
It is good to see some of the men of Gondor whom we feared lost returned to us.
Even as my heart is heavy with those we know now to be dead. It is time we turned our efforts to the Rohirrim unaccounted for. I have spoken with King Eomer, and have the names of those you should seek.
Eomer has informed me that Aelfmar, Harding, and Torfaith are missing.
While they were all seen on the battlefield, none have reported in to Eomer since we established victory. Find them quickly, I am counting on you.
Eomer has provided me a list of names.
Of those known Rohirrim who were slain by the enemy on the Pelennor. You explained that you saw Nothmar on the Pelennor with Herefara and Herebrand. It seems that Nothmar is still missing. We thought that he was in the city, but word has come back that he never made it. Please look for him while you are out there. He may yet still be alive. Alright, so I still need to put the ore that I got in the last episode here at the forge, so let me do that. The forge glows bright with the newly added metals. Excellent work. This should give us a dozen more blades, if not more. I tell you, my friend, the Haradrim are a devious foe. Do you know that they were planning to assault from the south? By good fortune, my men and I intercepted them on our northward march. I will not bother you with the details, but needless to say, my men and I stood our ground. And so it seems that the smiths have some new armor for our men. Would you be kind, Warden, and deliver it? Alright, let me give all these guys their new armor so that they can march east with confidence. Thanks for the armor. Alright, they're all very thankful. Lots of quests piling up here on the side. This armor looks to be about my size. Let me go ahead and set my milestone here. I'll just... yeah, let me bind it here. Okay, and let me continue distributing all the armor. A few more men to the south here. Such craftsmanship. And last one. Thanks for the armor. Let me finish up by talking to Angbor. The gleam of new forged armor should breathe courage and pride into any soldier's heart. May fear take hold of no man. I tell you, the Haradrim were dauntless. My men and I held against wave after wave, and until I saw that we must gain some advantage or be worn down to defeat, I led a charge and drove them back to the river, where my archers rained down arrows upon their rafts that they came across. It was thus that we rebuffed them, though not without great effort. The men here on Pelennor are wearied, but still they must train. Will you go down to the sparring area and put their new armor to the test? They could surely gain from combat tip or two from such a seasoned campaigner as yourself. Okay. Where is that? Well, let me remove this from the tracker because it's going to mess up my quest tracker. And actually, do I need to go in here? No. I think there's a quest ring outside the camp to the east. Yeah, right here.
The enemies of men approach. I hope you are prepared.
This armor fits well. Let us see how it holds in combat. Let's see how this armor holds up. Alright, I guess I gotta start fighting these guys. It fits well, thank you.
Is this your first time in Minas Tirith? Shame you couldn't see it in better days.
I'm sure this armor is impenetrable. This armor is quite sturdy.
The enemies of men approach. I hope you are prepared.
I will spar with you when you are ready. Let's see how this armor holds up. It fits well, thank you.
Our mission is dire.
Are you sure this armor will protect me from a Morgul blade? Let's see how this armor holds up. It fits well, thank you.
What business have you with the Rohirrim?
Let us spar and see how this armor holds up in combat. Okay, so we got everybody, I think. Talk to Angmor once again. At least the music started up now, which is good. Get some nice music for you guys to listen to. How did the armor hold up? Good, good. I hope that their spirits stay high in the days to come. Our smiths are taking a much needed rest, but we have not the swords required for all who will march with us. You got many skills, Skippin. Will you forge some blades for our men? We are preparing to march soon. We must start packing the supplies that we will need for the journey to the Black Gate. Collect supplies from around the pavilion and pack them into crates on one of the carts. As expected, much of the armor used in the battle upon the Pelennor has been worn and broken. I hear that you have some skill in armor repair. Would you be willing to repair armor scattered around the pavilion? Alright, let me start gathering supplies. This guy's giving me a lot of quests. Go ahead and forge some blades. Do this 5 times. And last one here, good. Grab this helmet while I'm here. Or repair it, I should say. Then I have to cool the swords, I think. Five times each. Well, not 5 times each, but 5 times total. Repair some boots. Some armor. More boots over here. Lots of stuff to do around the camp. Can't believe I am getting ready to go march on the Black Gate. Anytime I hit a big milestone in this game, I think back to carrying pies in the Shire and how far I've come. Get these boots here. More supplies. Some boots all the way over there. Excellent. And then I need to collect a ton of supplies still. Need what? 10 of these total? Let me go to the north end. Chest armor in the tent. And on this side. That should be the last one. Need to pack some supplies here. Couple more ought to do it. That milestone's screwing me up because I'm spamming my delete key to find supplies and it keeps going to that milestone. Okay, milestone, I don't care. Get away from me. Let me kind of skirt the periphery here. There we go. Some supplies right there. Last one. I need to fill crates. Let me look here. Guess maybe just outside the city? Nope. I hate when that happens. It's kind of annoying. When you're trying to find something that you can interact with, but there's unrelated stuff nearby that you keep tagging onto. Where are the carts? Or fill crates, sorry. You should put the supply crates next to the supply cart. Can be found at Aragorn's pavilion. Fill crates. It says to fill the crates. I don't know where these crates are. You know what? You know what I'll do? Let me just turn in a couple quests. That should clear up the tracker a little bit. I commend you on the quality of these blades. I am sure those who use them in battle will best their foes. I thank you for your diligence in assisting the host of the West. Okay, now let me look here. Yeah, see, there's like... I don't know, let me go outside a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know where these crates are. There we go. As soon as I say that, there they are. Perfect. Good, good. Now we are one step closer to marching east. Alright, looks like I'm finally done doing quests for that guy. So there are a ton of quests to do out here. Let me just kind of start going towards anything that's marked on the tracker. That's Guthlof. Guthlof died protecting King Theoden. Darwine died protecting King Theoden. Have LOTRO here to look for. Dead and alive. Unfortunately, most dead. Harding slew many before he fell in battle. So crazy how many people ended up dying in the Battle of the Pelennor Field. Ah, so that was a deed. I was wondering because that wasn't quest related. Haradrim remnants. You have found some abandoned Haradrim supplies. So I have to find 6 of these scattered around. So of course I will do that during the deed episode. I'm gonna have to like artificially recreate this one when I do that, since I already took it, but that's not a concern for right now. Okay, I was still going southwest. Lots of battle preparations before marching onto the Black Gate. Aru here.
To think I have lived to see a king once more in Gondor.
I have mastered many musical instruments, but I am most skilled and loudest with the trumpet. It will be my pleasure to sound mine at the volume on behalf of the king. Oh, to think that I have lived to see the king once more in Gondor. My heart leaps at the thought of it. You will have no problem getting me to start. Getting me to stop will be another thing entirely. Let me go to that little circle to the southwest. So, apparently Celeborn is around here somewhere. I haven't seen him in a long time. Thinking back to the Lothlorien season, there's still that, I forgot what it's called, but there are those quests that you have to get flags for. You guys know what I'm talking about? I probably sound like I'm crazy. It's like you have to do a bunch of these repeatable quests in Lothlorien to be able to open up specific instance quests. I still need to go back and do those. It's a server-wide thing, so at the time I was doing Lothlorien, we didn't have enough flags on the server to be able to do it. Done here was felled by an arrow at the rider's stand. Alright, now let me go all the way up. See, while I'm riding over there, I'm going to pull this up so I don't sound crazy. So we're going to go to... No, it's Rovanian. Let me go towards Lothlorien. Yeah, Defense of Lorien. That's what I'm talking about. The Defense of Lorien. In order for all the quests to open up there, you have to have certain server-wide milestones.
I will be pleased to sound my horn on behalf of the king.
I was inside the city when our friends from Rohan joined the battle, and my heart soared to see their charge. So inspired was I that I mounted a horse and followed the Prince of Dol Amroth and his knights through the gate and into the throng of battle. I was near at hand to Theoden, king of Rohan, when the great beast ascended and spelled his doom. I saw then the most beautiful woman I have ever seen, or will ever see. She stood between her fallen lord and the dreadful foe, and slew that terrible creature in defense of her king. A great evil took me when I swooned. I think I dreamed, but I cannot remember the details of it. When I awoke, I was in the houses of healing. Friends tell me I was saved by the hands of a stranger, of a curious village and few words, curious visage. I would find this man and give him my thanks, but he has left no sign. There are whispers that King Elisar may have worked his healing arts in the houses, but who would believe such a thing? No king would trouble himself with my hurts, surely. In any case, I will be pleased to sound my horn on behalf of the king. Here we have Celeborn. Oh, okay, I misread that. I misread that as Celeborn. That is not Celeborn.
Battle and saw more than my share of death.
I thought it was weird. I was like, what is Celeborn popping up in the Pelennor fields after the battle out of nowhere? That makes no sense. Now it makes sense, because it wasn't him. I fought in the battle and saw more than my fair share of death as the afternoon wore on toward evening. Sometime during the waning hours, I lost both my sword and trumpet that I carried on my hip, and suffered a knock upon my head by a heavy club. When I came to again, my sword was gone. I must have been taken by a foe or a friend who thought I was slain. My trumpet lay by my feet, battered and bruised, even as I was, but still whole. I have taken that as a sign, and now I will be a trumpeter and not a swordsman. I will be honored to wind my horn to announce the coming of King Elisar, Kippen. Let the sound strike fear into the hearts of our enemy and give them such fright that they will never threaten Gondor again. Perfect. And now I am looking for Elfhelm in Minas Tirith, so let me go in there. Looks like he is inside the first tier here. So recall these are repeatables. That's why there are quest rings there. I've already done them. I think during the first episode of the season. It looks like... yeah, I think he's in there. Yeah, the old guest house. Elfhelm motions to you to approach closer.
My friend, I have an important task for you.
One which I cannot entrust to any man of Rohan. You know that Lady Eowyn was on the battlefield, and now she rests, recovering in the houses of healing. I am in need of her sword. Yes, the sword with which she fought and killed the Witch King. It still remains somewhere on the Pelennor. I have searched and searched for the sword, but could not find it. It could not have strayed far from the spot where the Witch King was slain. The sword was broken in combat, so I'm certain no one took it to wield it in battle. I'm hoping it might succeed where I could not. Will you try? You vowed to search the Pelennor for the sword of Eowyn, the one she wielded in battle. Okay. So let's go back outside to the field and continue searching around for people and now for a sword. Not gonna bother with those repeatables, at least not for now. Okay, let's go north. There's a Skiliath in the distance. Looks like I'll be needing to make my way back there as well, as requested by one of the quests. There's Grimbold, very iconic character. Grimbold heroically attacked a fell beast in his final moments. Elfmar died valiantly. Herebrand was slain by Gothmog's orcs. Herefara was slain by Gothmog's orcs.
Theoden King would never have led us to such mortal folly.
I tried to make it to the city with Herefara and Herebrand. Their deaths were heavy upon me, slain by foul orcs. I'm hurt, my ankle twisted. I can walk, but do not have the strength to carry my friends any further. I did not want to leave their side, not with the orcs roaming about. Thank you for coming and helping to finish the task I set out to accomplish. Okay. Good. Let me go this way. Torfirth gave his life to Rohan and Gondor. So let me head towards the entrance of Osgiliath now. I don't know why it feels so long ago that I was going through Osgiliath, but it wasn't. It really wasn't that long ago. I suppose it's going to look a lot different in its after battle version. If not for the healing arts of Idrihan, I would have perished in the battle. You see some familiar faces within the west entrance of Osgiliath.
Oh, hello. I did not think that I would see you again so soon.
Oh, is this the father and son? The father with a weird son? I had rather hoped my father would let us remain a while longer in Imloth Melui, but when he heard that the battle was over, he made us depart at once. The flowers of Imloth Melui are breathtaking and beautiful, and the roses are quite a sight as well. My father promised Lord Angbor that we would bring our stock of Kemenduril liquor to the houses of healing as soon as we were able, and we have done so, also satisfying our writ with Gellingham. Now, my father has that look in his eye once again, and he has made us come to the broken Osgiliath over the Anduin instead of heading for home. Perhaps he could suggest that I and he return home, or maybe, if that is too far, we could turn our wagon in the direction of Imloth Melui and make sure that the ladies of that place fare well in our absence. It is indeed the two. These guys are very goofy.
I am proud to say my fortunes have changed for the better.
Ah, Kippen, any good friend of Lord Angbor would be a friend of mine, but you were my friend first, I dare say. I had not forgotten our encounter in Tarling's Neck. We met on the low ebb of my fortunes, any man would admit it, but I am proud to say that those fortunes have changed for the better. All because of my son. He has always made me proud, that one. I defy any hobbit to doubt it. We did need to leave Imloth Melui in rather a hurry, but that is of no fault of Nithadon. I did not like many of the glances the fair lasses of that place gave to my boy, and I deem that should the battle have kept us there any longer, I might have lost my apprentice and gained a daughter-in-law, and that does not bring in the coins. No, we left at the first opportunity, and now another opportunity has presented itself. Do you know what that opportunity is? Bendron pauses for dramatic emphasis, waiting for you to guess. At last, he continues with a shout of triumph. Nail skipping! It just so happens that with the tremendous foresight my clever and enterprising son, Nithadon, has caused us to come into the possession of 2 barrels full of nails, and I am sure that you remember. And do you know what is in great demand following a battle? Nails of the very sort that we possess in such quantities, and which we can sell to the craftsmen repairing the city and the bridges at a better than usual rate. Just doing my part as a man of Gondor, my friend, and if it allows me to set up my own shopping competition with Gellingum, well, that is the merest coincidence. There are still enemies hiding in Osgiliath, however. If you were to defeat some of those foes, I would appreciate it. Ah, ever the guy trying to make a coin at the expense of others. My god. Okay, well, I'm going to call it an episode here. And the next one, we will probably be questing here on Osgiliath and then also in Pelennor. There are a few quests to finish up there, so thanks as always for watching. Leave a like on the video. If you're not part of the Renaissance Gaming family, you should join the fellowship and hit the subscribe button. I appreciate all of you. Thanks. See you next time.
Thanks for stopping by the Renaissance Gaming Monastery. I hope you join our community on Discord and Twitter. These videos are produced with a lot of hard work and love. If you think they're worth $1, I'd be grateful for your contribution. You can send a thanks donation or become a member on YouTube. You can also support through PayPal, Patreon, or even with cryptocurrency. All links are in the description. See you on the next video.